For the record,
Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And March for Jesus. 18th of May, visit Christian.ky for more information. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
For the Record. 1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees, so fair. Today is Wednesday, the 8th day of May, 2024. Right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road. Remember, the life you save may just be your own. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a happy birthday. Or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, a belated happy birthday. And I will take this opportunity to remind you that, For the Record, birthday shout-outs would not be possible without the sponsorship of Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola is available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Superior Auto. Superior Auto, they keep your car in tune. Call them at 949-9570 or 525-9571. Those of you who have lost loved ones, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we do wish you a speedy recovery. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and, by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. My name is Orrett Connor, and I have the pleasure of being your host. Also, I want to say this morning, this broadcast would not be possible without the assistance of that beautiful radio voice, Miss Susan Watson, who's behind the controls as well. And we want to thank her for her dedicated work here at Radio Cayman as well. So, Miss Susan Watson, that beautiful radio voice behind the controls this morning as well. We welcome you to engage with us in the conversation. We know over the past few shows, our audience have not really had the opportunity because there were several important messages that various government entities needed to get across to you. So as a result of that, we sort of changed our programming schedule. And of course, when our guests are seeking to reach out to you, they like to catch you when you're on your way to work. If you're listening to your radio in the car, or you may be already at work and have the ability to listen as well. So there's a huge demand between 7:30 in the morning and say 8:30 when people are on the road. So we have adjusted our programming at times to accommodate those as well. So this morning, the phone lines will be open. We have dedicated the entire show from 7:30 until 10 o'clock to allow you the opportunity, or listening and viewing audience who, without you, Radio Cayman would basically be absolutely nothing. And so we are extending that opportunity to you this morning for you to call in. Of course, we have our toll-free number, sometimes working, sometimes not, but try it anyway. 1-800-534-8255. Also 949-8037, 949-6990. Our WhatsApp number, 925-3261. You can call that number as well as you can WhatsApp. Send us WhatsApp messages as well. If you don't want to call and you just simply want to listen or watch, you can subscribe to us on Radio Cayman live stream and Facebook. Not sure if we're on Facebook, as well. But so we want to thank all of our listening audience for being so extremely patient when we have those important messages to get across to you. But this morning, the show is yours. And we welcome you to call in. If not, we have information that we will share with you as well. And sometimes when we start to share that information, that will also trigger conversations with you out there as well. So let's look at the birthday greetings first. So yesterday we see persons celebrating their birthday. Genia Little, Donna Coke, and Miriam Barden celebrated their birthday yesterday. And we also have belated birthday greetings going out to Mrs. Shirley May O'Connor. She is the mother of our Premier, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly as well. So we're sending out, we're asked to send out belated birthday greetings to her. And we have a youngster celebrating her birthday today as well, Miss Lacey Ann, who's celebrating her birthday today, 12th birthday. Happy birthday greetings are coming from her dad, Lorenzo, her mom, Jennifer, and from her brother and her sister as well. And those of you who like the Mango Tree restaurant food, that's Mr. Lorenzo who runs that operation, and he's the father of Lacey Ann. So Lacey Ann, 12 years old, happy birthday to you. Those birthday greetings are coming from your dad, Lorenzo, mom, Jennifer, and from your brother and your sister as well. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday today, or who has celebrated a birthday over the past few days, or any other momentous occasion as well, we urge you to please share that information with us. This morning, since we have no guests in the studio, even if you send it in beyond the sponsored segment of the show, we will still acknowledge it, and we will announce it right here on For the Record on Radio Cayman as well. We know that this segment is extremely popular, and we are happy to bring it to you, of course, with the proud sponsorship of Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-out. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. They say to you, you should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Superior Auto. Superior Auto, they keep your car in tune. Call them at 949-9570 or 525-9571. So, let's remind our listening and viewing audience of some of the things that the government is doing. One very important one, the bulk waste collection schedule, which replaces the end of the year bulk waste schedule. And in West Bay, that bulk waste pickup started on May the 6th, Monday, May the 6th, and it'll continue through May 11th, until May the 11th. So you put out your bulk waste in Georgetown. It will commence on May 13th to May 18th. Bordentown, May 20th to May 25th. North Side and East End, May 27th to the 1st of June. Cayman Brac on the east side and East Bluff, May 27th to 28th. West Side and West Bluff, May 29th to 30th. And South Side, May 31st. In order to get your bulk waste ready, here are some of the steps that you're advised to follow. First of all, check and verify your collection date. That is extremely important. Step number 2, you should separate metals and vegetative waste. And step number 3, place your waste on the curbside. You should also bear in mind that the items that are acceptable, appliances, mattresses, vegetative waste, furniture, bicycles, and scrap metals. Those items that are not acceptable are electronics, tires, hazardous materials, construction, and demolition waste. So you contractors, you construction workers out there, don't put it on the curbside because it won't be picked up by the Department of Environmental Health. You have the legal responsibility as well as the ethical and the moral one to take that to the dump yourselves, not to rely on the government. So that won't be picked up. A reminder again to construction workers and construction companies as well. Folks, with that, we're going to take our first commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Floyd Hulbert Bush, 1911 to 1946. Floyd Hulbert Bush grew up in West Bay. He is said to have had a great sense of humor and was well liked by all. He was married to the former Aletha Perlina Hides, with whom he had one son. As a young man, he was the driver for the first private doctor to come to Cayman, Dr. Thompson. He also fished at Mosquito Keys with his boat, the X-10. At the age of 29, he shipped out to Tampa to look for work and got a place on a merchant marine ship. The ship was captured, and Floyd spent some time as a prisoner of war in Germany. When he came home in 1945, he had severe headaches and finally went to Jamaica for treatment. He was sent to Canada for brain surgery and tragically died there. His body was sent to Jamaica for burial.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
The Rotary Cayman Islands Sunset $10,000 raffle happening Saturday, May 25th. Tickets only $10, 3 tickets only $25, 5 tickets for $40 from any Rotary Sunset member. All proceeds will support Rotary Sunset community projects including Feed Our Future, the Sunrise Adult Training Center, Adopt a School Program, the Marie Martin Georgetown Primary School, the Crisis Center, and many more. The new Rotary Sunset Club. NPO number 656. Get your ticket, get your chance. Rotary Sunset, creating hope in the world.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet. Because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. And I got find my way to Barbados. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana, plus Barbados. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
So much happening, so fast, too much. It is hard for me to follow my health care instructions. The private counseling with West Bay Pharmacy literally saved my life.
At West Bay Pharmacy, we know how complex medications can be. Our pharmacists are delighted to offer you personalized one-on-one healthcare counseling, free medication review, therapeutic callbacks, and we will liaise with your physician to ensure you receive the best in quality medical care.
Quality of life has a whole new meaning with the right pharmacy to support you. Thank you, West Bay Pharmacy.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner. Now you can WhatsApp your West Bay Pharmacy prescriptions to 516-0777.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Phone lines are open this morning. They're going to be open right up until 10 o'clock this morning. No guests will be in the studio. This is your opportunity for you to dialogue with me, or if you want to talk to the people of the Cayman Islands, to do so as well, as long as it is something, what you're talking about, it is fit to print, fit to be aired on radio without any sanctions being imposed or without us libeling anyone as well. We do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good to know.
OC, I would like to send out happy birthday greetings to the one and only Taxi Man. We know him by Mickey. Some people know him by Stacy. His birthday, I think it was the 6th of May. The same day as Prince Harry's son, Archie. So I would like to wish him a happy birthday from Reba and Virgil and the rest of the family.
And does Stacey have a last name?
Hurlston, Mickey Hurlston.
Oh, Mickey,
the tax man.
Oh, Mr. Mickey. Yes. Only know him as Mickey Hurlston. Okay.
Well, you don't know the tax man that don't collect no tax.
Yes, the tax man. Tax man. And he is a wealth of information.
A walking history book.
Yes, a wealth of knowledge. As well. I've been a few times trying to convince him to come on the show and sit down and talk with me. I'm going to continue to try to do that as well. But he has really a wealth of knowledge. His family history as well, which is extremely important because he knows exactly where he came from. Yeah.
Big toe, but I'm not going to try it because it might be bad luck for me. So instead of me placing my bad luck on you, I can leave that one to you. I can wish him a happy birthday.
Excellent.
That's all I can do, but I'm not getting into that affair. That affair is like Trump and the other man running. No, I'm not trying that one. I know what he can tell me. So, but you try it, and if there's anything anybody else can encourage you with him, because a lot of people tell me why he don't come on, and I just look at him. I don't even answer him. So I'll give you luck. I'll even pray for you to get luck.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate that.
First one that I can call him when he's there.
Yeah.
Okay, then. You have a good day.
You too, my dear. Take care. Thanks for calling me. Susan, another caller on hold. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. For the Record.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Broken record here. Not too bad, OC. How about yourself?
Can't complain at all. Can't complain.
Yeah, when you found someone you can complain to, please let me know because I might have a couple of complaints myself. So, but for now, we can leave that one side.
Okay.
See, my calls always to you is what is my concern about this country, where it's going. And the things that are being allowed to happen in this country. I don't even think in Haiti and places like that what I'm seeing happening here is allowed to be happening. I was, I live in the Prospect area, all right?
Yep.
And one day last week, I'm driving down coming towards Macross, and I saw this. I don't know whether it's a waste disposable truck or a water truck, but she was out on the side of the road, like in the bushes, right? And the guy is there with a compressor and a spray gun, painting it right on the side of the road. So I said, no, this can't be happening. I mean, a garage right on the side of the road, on the main road itself.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I didn't say anything about it. I just continue on my business. And so before the afternoon was over, it started to rain. So I'm going home, and I noticed that, the rain caught the truck that he was painting.
Uh-huh.
And it completely messed it up. So the next day I drove by next morning, he's out there sanding and getting ready to paint again. And I said, no, this can't be happening. Why are we allowing these things to happen? Anyway, to top it off, I'm coming through town just now, and I mean, I really don't know, to be honestly. A guy is standing up by by the port the way where Malaco little building is.
Mm-hmm.
A guy is standing up there with a cardboard sign. I am looking work. I didn't catch all of it because I was kind of close behind cars, and I didn't want to run into anybody. But it said something about cars, so he's telling me that he's looking a job working on vehicles with a cardboard sign. Typical things that happen in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing this, and I said, I mean, what is next? I mean, see, with all of the work in this island, right? You think I would give that guy a job if he's standing out there with a piece of cardboard looking a job? Not in a million years I would give him a job. If he not got enough ambition to go to these places, that if he wanted to become an apprentice mechanic, or he wants, whatever the case may be, he wants whatever he wants to do, change oil, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't have that amount of ambition to go around these places.
But he has ambition to stand on the side of the road and advertise. So there is ambition.
That's it. Well, I'm glad you think it is, because he probably one of those that wants a job.
Uh-huh.
But then when you say, well, that job involves work. No, I didn't sign on for any work. I asked for a job. And that is the mentality of a lot of people like that is looking work, right? And it just, it just bothers me to see what is happening. And nobody is addressing any of these issues we have in this country. When are they going to wake up? What are you going to do? Wait until something happens?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that's what you have to do.
Yeah. You have to nip it in the bud. Otherwise it becomes commonplace.
Exactly, and that has always been my views and points on everything else, right? Nip it before it gets too bad in the bud, and then at least you got some control. But if you just let it go and go and go, it's like a cancer. You leave it, it will spread, and when you get 4, you're finished. And I don't know what the... thanks very much.
Thank you very much, caller, as well. Thank you. Folks, we've reached that time, top of the hour, or 8 o'clock news. When we return, the phone lines will continue to remain open for you to call in and express your point of view, ask questions. We will provide answers if we can. If not, we will seek those answers for you. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop, or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. On Saturday night, hundreds of invited guests were treated to the opening gala for this year's Emancipation Day activities at Pedro St. James. CIGTV's Donna Bush reports.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Heritage organized the year of the return of Emancipation Day. Minister Isaac Rankin talked about the work that started long before the 10 days of celebrations.
In 2022, the ministry established an Emancipation Day task force, which included government personnel and cultural experts. The task force conducted research on enslavement and emancipation in the Cayman Islands, and they had to sift through documentation from the National Archives, the Jamaica Archives and Records Department, the Cayman Islands Hansards, and they had lots of discussion with local cultural experts and historians. And then, ladies and gentlemen, it was confirmed that Emancipation Day was previously celebrated in the Cayman Islands until 1962, before being replaced with Constitution Day. And it was also discovered that the Cayman Islands was not the only country to have stopped celebrating Emancipation Day either. Our neighbor to the east of us, Jamaica, also took the same approach, and at that time reinstated acknowledgement and celebration years later.
Pedro St. James, known as the birthplace of democracy in the Cayman Islands, was the site for the gala. Various restaurants served local dishes and our national drink, swanky, to guests who were entertained with dance, song, poetry, and the reveal of the drone show in the Cayman Islands.
Emancipation Day activities continue today after Tuesday morning's turtle release. You're invited to join the Heritage Ministry at 10 a.m. for the unveiling of the new commemorative plaque at the Boddentown Slave Wall on Monument Road. Gardasil 9 is a vaccine approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and recommended by the Centers for Disease Control for the prevention of HPV-related cancers and diseases, and it's now available at Cayman Islands Public Health. Recommended for both men and women, the vaccine is ideally administered between the ages of 9 and 26. However, those up to 45 years of age may benefit from the vaccine as well, depending on individual circumstances and discussions with their healthcare provider. For more information, you can call 244-2648. And the Cayman Islands Red Cross is commemorating World Red Cross Day today.
In a world where, unfortunately, vulnerabilities are increasing, it's no longer just natural disasters, but you can see how many wars we've seen over just the last couple of years and the impact it has on people. And as a result, it's like there's more work for Red Cross volunteers who are in these communities to support these most vulnerable people within their community.
Cayman Islands Red Cross Director John Doe Obi tells Radio Cayman listeners on Talk Today the theme this year is Keeping Humanity Alive, aimed at highlighting the invaluable contributions of community members who tirelessly support those in need. While World Red Cross and Red Crescent Days are observed annually on May 8th, here in Cayman, the entire month of May is dedicated to Red Cross Month, providing an opportunity to showcase all the work being done across the community. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Talks aimed at securing a ceasefire and hostage release deal in Gaza have resumed, hours after the Israeli military stepped up its bombardment of the south of the territory. The negotiations in Egypt are being attended by delegations from Israel and Hamas, along with Egyptian and Qatari mediators. In Gaza itself, Israel says it's reopened Kerem Shalom, one of the main crossing points for aid. There have been warnings of further power cuts across Ukraine after Russia carried out another wave of drone and missile strikes. At least 3 thermal power plants were seriously damaged. Thousands of Sudanese refugees have fled 2 UN camps in neighbouring Ethiopia due to worsening security problems. Some of them told the BBC their camps in the Amhara region had come under frequent armed attack. The refugees had initially been displaced by the year-long conflict in Sudan. Hong Kong's appeal court has approved an official ban of a protest song that had become a rallying call for pro-democracy campaigners. The authorities say the song, Glory to Hong Kong, threatens national security. Rescue workers in South Africa are still trying to save people trapped under the rubble of a building that collapsed in the city of George on Monday. More than half of the 75 workers who were on site remain unaccounted for. 7 are confirmed to have died. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Boddentown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Town. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Are you ready for Cayman Art Week? From Wednesday 22nd to Sunday, May 26th, you'll find local art on show and for sale at more than 30 venues across all 3 Cayman Islands. Explore galleries and pop-up exhibitions anytime throughout the week or join one of our bus tours running in a different district each day. Admission is free and open to the public. You can check out what's happening and when at CaymanArtWeek.com.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet. Because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square. And I got find my way to Barbados. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana, plus Barbados. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 92%. The barometric pressure 1011.6 millibars. The wind is out of the east at 5 knots. Overnight low temperature was 78 degrees. Synopsis indicate light winds and slight seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next few days in association with a ridge of high pressure over the southern United States. Satellite images show scattered low-level clouds over the Cayman area. Now, the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today and tonight is calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will be in the low 90s today and will fall to the upper 70s tonight. Your winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. You can expect a high tide this morning at 2 minutes past 9, low tide this afternoon at 3:37, and a high tide again tonight at 10:32. Sun will set this evening at 6:49 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5:53. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Saturday morning.
I was undercover and had just recovered the stolen artwork, but...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with managing my insurance?
Well, long story long. I found the art thief in France, but ended up becoming somewhat of a local celebrity. So I had to stick around for a while. But I was able to handle all my insurance needs with CG's online portal.
The online portal. Safe, convenient, simple. CG Britcay. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look this time at traffic. Steady traffic coming from the east on Linford-Pearson Highway. Slow-moving traffic on Cool Road heading to Georgetown. And eastbound traffic on Cool Road is moving on pretty good. As we look to downtown Georgetown on Edward Street, traffic is flowing moderately, and as well as on heading into Georgetown on Shedden Road, out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, moderate flow of traffic. And steady bit flowing traffic coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway and continuing on to North Sound Road, Industrial Park area, moderate flow of traffic in both directions. On the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moving along at a good pace in both directions. Light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12 o'clock. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The public consultation period for Cayman's new national health strategy is currently underway. Follow the Ministry of Health and Wellness on Facebook for information on upcoming town hall meetings, radio appearances, and other ways to tell us what you think. Email your comments to mohfeedback@gov.ky or log on to gov.ky/health-wellness to complete the survey. Your voice matters, Cayman.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Britgay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Like I said, no guests in the studio. Phone lines are open. And we see right here at Radio Cayman, one of our own, celebrating birthday today. Miss Paulette, the Deputy Director, Miss Paulette Connolly, and Mr. Tommy Ebanks has sent happy birthday to Miss Paulette Connolly from her cousin Jessica and Tommy Ebanks and the team at TCE Paint Shop. Wishing you a day as beautiful as your soul and a year filled with endless blessings. God bless you to see many more as well. And of course, birthday greetings are coming from your colleagues here at Radio Cayman as well, Miss Paulette. Happy birthday to you, and I hope you enjoy it. As a result, we have given her the day off, have we, Miss Susan? Yeah, she not only the day off, but, you know, a few days off as well. So, Miss Paulette, happy birthday to you, coming from Tommy, family, the group at TCE Paint Shop, your colleagues here at Radio Cayman, and I am sure also coming from all of your fans out there in what people call Radio Land as well. One of our listeners has shared this, and I have checked the Turks and Caicos Sun newspaper website. I haven't found this, but it seems as if it may have been more of a Facebook post, but I will share this with you anyway. Most of you would have heard about the several American citizens who were arrested, some charged, some in the process of being charged with carrying ammunition or firearms into the Turks and Caicos Islands illegally. So this is from the Turks and Caicos Sun, Hayden Boyce, who is the publisher and editor-in-chief. And you may have heard me say before that Hayden Boyce also worked here in the Cayman Islands with the late Mr. Desmond Seals at Cayman Net News as well. He's now in the Turks and Caicos Islands. I think he's married to one of the Mystics, I believe. Anyway, he's married to a Turks and Caicos Islander. And it says here that Governor Delaney Danielle, I won't even try to pronounce the last name, confirmed that she received a telephone call from the governor of Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt, in respect of the arrest of Ryan Watson on charges relating to the possession of ammunition. In a request statement to the Sun, the governor's office said, the governor confirmed to Governor Stitt that she cannot comment on or get involved in an ongoing legal case, and it is for legal counsel to ensure all relevant information regarding Watson's case is presented to the court for appropriate consideration. The governor's office said it is aware that Governor Stitt has spoken to the British Consulate General in Houston, who have also noted that they cannot comment on an ongoing legal case, and that as a British overseas territory, the UK has full confidence in the operation of our courts. As noted in the press release from the Communications Directorate on the 26th of April, the Turks and Caicos Islands have clear laws prohibiting the possession of firearms and or ammunition without a license and strict penalties in order to serve and protect the community. Firearm and or ammunition offenses carry a mandatory minimum custodial sentence of 12 years plus a fine, the statement said. An Attorney General's reference to the Court of Appeals certificate that where a court finds there are exceptional circumstances, the sentencing judge has discretion to impose a custodial sentence and a fine that are fair and just in the circumstances of each case rather than impose the maximum, the mandatory minimum. The Turks and Caicos Islands is a British overseas territory with a common law legal system. Travelers are strongly advised to search their luggage before they travel to the Turks and Caicos Islands to ensure they do not bring forbidden items inadvertently. The Turks and Caicos Islands reserves the right to enforce its laws, and all persons, including visitors, must follow lawful process. So here we see again the Americans trying to stretch their arms and to exert influence where some people would opine they should not. Nothing wrong with a governor who is elected to represent his state and to represent his constituents, reaching out to see what, if anything, can be done. Americans also have to understand that not every jurisdiction operates like the United States. Not everything is transactional, where it can be done as well. And it is quite obvious that they tried diplomatic channels as well. That didn't work. It'll be interesting to see now what the U.S. government does or attempts to do in relation to this. Right here in the Cayman Islands, we have seen similar cases. We have seen what has occurred as a result of that as well. So we wait with bated breath to see exactly what will take place, with that. Also want to share with you, I hope that I will get the opportunity to share with you some constitutional issues that are taking place in the Turks and Caicos Islands as well. And it seems as if they have made something like about 33 proposals for constitutional amendments to the United Kingdom government, and of those, something like 27 have been accepted. Some cosmetic changes, it seems as if they're also reverting to calling their legislature a parliament and their members of parliament. What is interesting is that they have moved their the term that a government serves from 4 years to additional years as well, but I'll hold back on that. I can't give you everything now because I want you to maybe do some research yourself and see what has been happening there, and we can talk about that later as well. Meanwhile, we do have someone on hold who wants to talk. 2 callers on hold who want to talk. So let's go to the phone lines. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, given thanks. Do you mind if I switch gears a bit and talk about this subject?
No problem at all, none.
All right, good. What I really wanted to kind of bring to the forefront, I know that there is a new energy policy that has just been implemented, and I think that it's important that we explore all of the various information that are out there. And the reason why I bring that up, Mr. Connor, is because there are some unrealistic goals in which we've set out to achieve without properly, exploring, as I mentioned earlier, all of the variations of trying to go 100% EV or electric cars. Now, I agree with looking for alternatives, right? And alternatives could mean variations of different methodologies. So I've seen within the report where we have this expectation, and we've seen subsequently from that, it has put a lot of strain on CUC as well, because we haven't really taken into consideration when we looked at this policy or this new energy initiative, the influx of development and all of the progress that we've seen with we have a population increase, which means we're going to consume more energy. So it puts a lot of infrastructural strain on the local utility company. But then, while we are approving all of these projects to be done, which is nothing wrong with that, we're not taking into consideration that their load capacity is also increasing. So if we are saying on one hand that we want you to go alternatively electric, which is a far less dependable core energy, and move away from what most people term it as fossil fuel. I'll only use that term so people identify what I'm talking about, because it's really not fossil. But at the end of the day, we have to be very measured on how we implement policies without tipping the scale in either direction, because the consumer is the person who picks up the tab. And as we all are aware, the majority of the people who are struggling are the local people. So I looked at the policy, and I actually wrote a paper to kind of post out and publish, trying to keep people aware on both sides of it. And
That's great.
And one of the things that I highlighted in there is that we're not really improving our environmental position by putting everybody in electric cars. In fact, we are creating far more issues by suggesting that. So I just think that the government should at least have a conversation holistic, as opposed to just having a conversation with the popularity of going green. And no one is against going green, but we have to be sustainable in how we do anything in Cayman. So at the end of the day, I think that this is a very, very important conversation. It should be a national conversation. I suggested it to Mr. John, one of the ministers. He agreed. The reason why I say that is because if we fill the room up with environmentalists, we're only going to come up with one narrative.
Yeah.
Right? So I just want the government to keep an open mind. I know you got a call on, so I won't stay any longer, but this is a subject that I think we need to hash out, because when we look at the monthly bills for anyone in Cayman, our utility bill is one of the key factors that keeps us, in line. So, I understand Mr. Hugh put out an article a few weeks ago, and I have to agree with him in regards to the obligations of them now having to go alternative and trying to do all these measures, but it's not sustainable and it's not efficient and it's definitely not affordable. So I think the conversation needs to be started, but I'll leave it there.
Before you go, caller, how do we get the uninformed person, the person who may not have a whole lot of interest in this topic? So you get those persons who have entities who have a vested interest in it, but how do we get the general population into the conversation and get their capture their interest in the subject as well?
Well, the one thing we need to emphasize more than anything else is that the alternative that is being perpetuated and pushed isn't cheaper than the current situation. And I can tell you, if a person is aware that their current situation may become more expensive, they'll become interested in the subject. Now, that might be one of the starting points, but I think we need to get flyers out. We need to do a little bit more marketing. And I'm not laying any responsibility in any direction, but I do know that if I was in charge of the Energy Commission or OFREG, that's the department and the entity that I would start with in order to get, even mailbox flyers to people in their mailbox, making them aware, trying to get their interest, and then have a series of district meetings in order to have the discussion. But that's how I would approach it.
Okay, thanks for sharing that as well. Thank you very much. We have another caller on hold, but we're going to take the commercial break now so that we don't have to interrupt the caller to go to a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Hi, this is Juliana O'Connor Conley, the Honorable Premier of the Cayman Islands. I'm inviting you to come out to the March for Jesus, Saturday, 18th of May, 2024. Thank you very much.
Join us for the March for Jesus on the 18th of May 2024, starting at the 7 Mile Public Beach at 3 p.m. Then for our Thank You Jesus Praise and Worship concert starting at 6:30 p.m. on Albert Panton Street. For more information, visit our website at www.christian.ky and then click on the March for Jesus 2024 tab. See you at the March for Jesus.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet, because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square, and I got find my way to Barbados. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana, plus Barbados. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Are you ready for Cayman Art Week? From Wednesday 22nd to Sunday, May 26th, you'll find local art on show and for sale at more than 30 venues across all 3 Cayman Islands. Explore galleries and pop-up exhibitions anytime throughout the week, or join one of our bus tours running in a different district each day. Admission is free and open to the public. You can check out what's happening and when at CaymanArtWeek.com.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the people's station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Let me tell you something. I've been fishing our island since I was a boy, and it's getting harder and harder to get a good catch. Maybe it's because there are so many more people in Cayman than ever before. Maybe it's because of how the climate is changing. I don't know about that. But I do know that I want to be able to keep fishing and teach my children to fish one day as well. So it makes sense to me that we have certain areas and certain times of the year to fish for certain things. It feels unfair not to be allowed to fish where my dad taught me to fish. But I know that being patient now means we can keep fishing for many more generations. We're all in this together, right?
For more info, download the Cayman DOE app or visit doe.ky.
This is For the Record.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. caller on hold. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, Opie. How you doing, brother?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm by the farm there dealing with my water system.
Okay.
I said the thing about the Turks and Caicos there, I read that about a week now. I forgot and I say, wow, this kind of tight here. But when, I'm a realist. We get over 75% of our tourists come from America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, whoever has a clean police record in the United States, they have guns. A lot of those people travel all over from state to state. The first thing the trooper gonna ask you have a gun on you? Yeah, it's registered, it's loaded, blah, 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 and you're on your way, you're gone. You're going hunting, they hunt all over America. Okay? Now you tell me now. If a tourist, American tourist, come down here, and he got 4, 6, 8 bullets, loose bullet in his backpack or whatever in the traveling kit, and that person, he or she, has a valued gun permit that they can show you. Most of them is got their hunting license, their NRA license, all that. You mean to tell me no? Right? That person, because I went to prison for gun, that person should get sentenced like how I got when I left my house with a loaded revolver at 357 Magnum and went up to Rodney's house, God rest his soul, and shot up his vehicle and you know me for cocaine. That's why I done it, and I went to prison for it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell me now that a person make an honest mistake coming to the country to spend money. Obviously, they're not coming smuggle ammunition now with 3 shells in the backpack.
Well, we don't know that. That's what was left in there. Obviously, they don't know how many may have been brought in. You don't know.
Well, see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we can make, if a person get through our system showing positive for corona, the corona time, you have to show your papers. Come on, we got machine that you can check. It's an honest mistake, right? So what we're doing, in my sense, is right. You charge the people $5,000, $10,000 to the check your luggage. But about this car,
and I'm going to interrupt you for a second. So, and when you find the Caymanian with 4 or 5 bullets in his possession, right? And he says, "Oh, that was an error on my part," but he doesn't have a license in the Cayman Islands for a gun in the first place. How do you treat him?
Okay, if he's coming from America, right?
Or going out?
No, if he's going out, he illegal. And if they catch him there illegal, he got in jail. But let's him coming in. Okay, me and you go on a vacation. Couple of guys, we go on a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
We go to go hunting because a friend of mine just came back hunting, talking out in Florida. Okay, good. When you go, because you rent guns up there, if you just going like that, because if you're allowed to carry a gun, you have a license.
Mm-hmm.
But you can rent guns to do your hunting, or you use your friend gun, and you leave 2 or 3 shells in your backpack, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're a Caymanian now, you're coming back to your country. And they check it and they find these 3 shells. Now, you know troublemaker, and you said to the customer, "Oh, God, I was hunting with John Blow and his wife and them up in Colorado, and I thought I took out all the things. And just wait there. I can show you pictures from the hunt. I can show you my hunting license, because you know you're going to have a license to hunt there.
Mm-hmm.
Not like piston air. And I can show you all of that. That's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You should.
But you argue that you argue that in mitigation, caller. But bear in mind that what we have and what we've seen in the Turks and Caicos is there is a mandatory minimum sentence for possession. Mandatory means that it must be imposed, and minimum means the least that can be imposed in terms of the sentence. So they would have to first change the legislation, it would appear to me, in order to accommodate those requests, those mitigating circumstances.
See, to me, and you, well, now you have a lot more education than me, but I have a lot more common sense than a lot of people.
Sure, and probably me as well.
Well, okay, so what? Look here. Remember, some of the dumbest people in the world make the rules. So those rules are dumb. You know that. Those rules are dumb. We are the only animal species in the world that is led by the dumbest of us, and you know that. Okay? Okay, I never bought a gun. I spend my time now about for gun. I love gun, and I applied for a license legally, and they would not let me have no gun. But right now they got system going on in Cayman. Call rent a gun, so you want gun, call trouble. You can rent it, drive back. It's just like rent a car. So, okay, now, we going back to the Great America again.
Yeah.
I'll say the country that spent billions of dollars on marijuana to eradicate it all over the world, including our neighbor Jamaica. Give them a helicopter and all of that. Now, Biden, old sleeper Joe, has finally woke up and smelled the rose. Did you see on CNN about marijuana in the United States? How it is as of...
Yeah, they want to change the classification, I believe.
No, they don't want... Hey, friend, they do not want to. The President of the United States has signed it off. No, it's the same, has the same effect as a Panadol or a Tylenol. He realized, listen to me, he realized the medicinal effects.
Okay? Well, that's the industry. That's the industry pushing that. The special interest groups out there that are pushing that. He's reacting to that. It's not just his initiative.
And the last thing that was it, that it's a multi-billion-dollar industry and growing fast. And just to let you know, friend, the people that have fought down marijuana for years and years are the big pharmaceutical companies and the alcohol companies. Because when a man can sit down and just smoke a nice joint and just drink one little thing of wine or one little beer and feel nice, he not going to drink no case of beer no more. But they don't want that, so you're cutting into their business. And when you can buy tea and use marijuana for different medicine, you know the lick that put on the pharmaceutical company. That making all the pills that mean you take near there. It's them that fighting it. But you see what happened now? America realized the billions and billions of dollars that the northern neighbor, which not giving them no trouble, is making, and the federal government is getting none of it. You can look what Canada said about what they went legal about 10 years ago. They said they were going fully legal because our great neighbor next door, the United States of America, when they wake up and smell the roses of all the billions of dollars that the industry is having, is making, they're going to want to get in the business, so we one step ahead. No, I want to find out what we going to say now. You remember you talking about the Americans want change, they want to do what they got to do? What they got to do now, if Americans are coming down, paying $5,000 a night sitting down on the beach smoking weed, watching the sunset, if we going to still lock them up?
So we should change our laws and our morals for Americans?
No, for the world.
For the world?
The whole world changes. But
because the whole world changes, here in the Cayman Islands should change as well?
Oh, see, tell me something. I see little scooters with that. When you were growing up, you didn't have a light in your bicycle. That don't think I had trouble, Now I see people on scooters illegal every day. I not see nothing happen about it, so we not changing to accommodate that. We changing to accommodate people broken our laws. So why should we change for us to grow and then smoke in peace?
So why should when they come to the Cayman Islands, why shouldn't they adhere to and respect, what we have decided for ourselves here in the Cayman Islands? Until the people of the Cayman Islands decide that is what they want to do on their own initiative as opposed to outside pressure?
See, you with me?
Yeah, we're debating this one now.
See who the people that is most in Manila that don't respect our laws is the people that we have here walking, that come in here making a living. They're the ones smuggling the ganja, broken the law. I just hear a man talking calling about somebody people outside the road. When you go, you see that? So I bet you how much tourists you see walking and stopping and pissing on the road there? I don't think you see it. I don't think so. So, but it looked like we will, people that will come and cuss us out, still, because now you better put everybody got camera now, or burglar bars. That's not changing for the world. Do you remember how many camera and burglar bars when you were growing up? I don't think so.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, I still leave my old house door open. I got one TV, and but the only thing I got there TV, I was stove and fridge. And as I come home, find out, I go Roger get another one.
Okay, before you go, I'm going to share this with you because just to put some context to what you said earlier. DOJ plans to reclassify marijuana from Schedule 1 to lower risk Schedule 3 drug. On April the 30th, 2024, following a month-long process, the United States Department of Justice circulated a proposal to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 controlled substance. This historic move, likely the most substantial change to federal drug policy, is in more than 50 years, would place marijuana amongst the likes of actor, I can't pronounce that, with codeine, some anabolic steroids, testosterone, and ketamine, unlike when it previously resided on Schedule 1 alongside substances such as heroin, LSD, and ecstasy. The DOJ will send a proposal to the White House Office of Management and Budget for review. While any reclassification is months from taking effect and may become embroiled in litigation, the cultural significance of this move towards easing federal restriction on marijuana is massive, and there are many legal issues to unpack as well. So it is not a done deal yet.
But I had to bring about. Oh, see, tell me something now. Do you know? Remember, I called on my show because when when I bring up a conversation, I with you, right?
Oh yeah.
Now the same people, World Health Organization, right, that shut down the world during Corona, right? Well, they declassified, they put marijuana, they recognize marijuana for its medicinal and therapeutical benefits. No longer a drug, and that's the World Health Organization.
Yep.
So when the World Health Organization said that it's classified now for medicine, and any country that is jailing the citizens for using something that the World Health Organization said, team organization say this is good for you. Well, your country should let you be free to use it.
Okay, I think that's a that's a false comparison there. But I'm going to ask you to leave us there simply because we've gone beyond our commercial break. That equivalent, I'm not sure that we can equate the COVID situation and COVID, drugs to marijuana. And for medicinal purposes, yes. But I have a problem when someone has to, in order for them to start to function during the course of a day, they have to smoke a spliff first or continue to smoke it during the course of the day as well while they're at work and everything else. But that's me personally. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Hi, this is Juliana O'Connor Conley, the Honorable Premier of the Cayman Islands. I'm inviting you to come out to the March for Jesus, Saturday, 18th of May, 2024. Thank you very much.
Join us for the March for Jesus on the 18th of May 2024, starting at the 7 Mile Public Beach at 3 p.m. Then for our Thank You Jesus Praise and Worship concert starting at 6:30 p.m. on Albert Panton Street. For more information, visit our website at www.christian.ky and then click on the March for Jesus 2024 tab. See you at the March for Jesus.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
This Mother's Day, Digicel wants to take you to brunch. We're giving away brunch vouchers for you and mom to enjoy a delightful feast together. Winning is easy. Simply activate the postpaid Supreme plan or the 30-day Prime Max plan, and you could be our lucky winner. Don't let the chance to treat mom to a special day out slip away. Visit your nearest Digicel store today or hop onto the My Digicel app for your shot at winning. Make this Mother's Day a memorable one with Digicel.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have a caller on hold. Before we go to the caller, we do have a birthday greeting that we want to send out as well. Greetings going out to Reverend Rohan Forster. Yesterday was his birthday, and the birthday greetings are coming from his Jewel and Devon to Reverend Rohan Foster as well. One of our listeners wrote and said, "Good morning, Mr. O.C. The law is the law. I just could not understand the previous suggestion made. In no way would the U.S. be tolerant with actions from anyone entering their country with guns and ammunition, even if you have a permit from your home country. Why should other jurisdictions tolerate their behavior, the law should be enforced. Here, let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Orrett Connor.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Okay, and you, sir?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Well, a few weeks ago, I heard a few gentlemen who are doing construction on West Point Road. And I heard them saying things such as, I'm not going to make anybody slave me, And I heard them mention that their employer had them paying all of their health insurance, not just half, all of their health insurance. And he said that there were 170 of them on the job site. So just say, for example, if that employer is collecting, say if they were supposed to pay $85, the employer was supposed to put in $85 to pay half. Just say if it was $85. It could be more because the employee is probably paying for his wife and his 2 children if he has them. But if it's just $85 a month for 170 employees, that's $177,000 a year. And we talk about emancipation, right? So when we talk about celebrating Emancipation Day, which was signed and agreed with Jamaica, and we have these kind of things still going on in our country, and I'm gonna watch and wait and see what's gonna happen, or I'm not gonna stop talking about it.
Go ahead, sorry. No, I was going to ask, so you heard that information. Did that person say whether or not they reported this to the relevant authorities?
No, they were afraid to.
But then how can we, how can you prosecute if you don't have someone willing to come forward to say this is what is being done?
Well, from how I heard them speaking, they would rather do it if everyone gets together and do so, not just individually, because they're afraid to lose their work permit. And things like this now, the government should send the Labor Department and the Immigration Department to these job sites, because my personal belief, Mr. Orrett Connor, this is not the only job site doing this. That is my personal belief. I remember when we were building Marriott on 7 Mile Beach. My friend went home for lunch because he never had any lunch money and he didn't have any lunch with him. He went home for lunch and he came back. I think he came back like a half an hour late because he had to hitch a ride to go West Bay and come back. And the employer fired him for coming back late. So I said to my friend, I said, what happened? And he explained to me what happened. I said, they can't fire you for that. I said, go to the labor board. He went to the labor board that same day. And a lady in charge of the labor department came down there. And she told the employer that if they do not hire him right away, hire him back right away, she was shutting down that job site.
What year was the Marriott built?
I think that was in 87.
Okay.
I think it was around 88, 89, around that time, around that time there, Mr. Orrett Connor. But you see how serious Caymanians were about taking care of their own then? Okay. And then the government has this thing about concessions. 60% of the workforce supposed to be Caymanians on the job site. How can you provide 64% of the workforce Caymanians if you don't have a trade school in every district? That's the first thing. And let me tell you something. Public Works Department, UCCI, and Michael Miles can't provide 60% Caymanians on the job site. And another reason why I believe they don't want to hire Caymanians is because of what they're doing to their own people, stealing their money. It's against the law. It's stealing. And I believe there's corruption involved in this. And if this continues, something is seriously wrong. Thank you very much, Mr. Orrett Connor.
Thank you very much, caller, as well. We have about 1 minute before we go to our headline news. Any caller on hold, Ms. Susan? No caller on hold at this point in time. There was something that I wanted to share with that caller as well. I won't be able to do so now. But anyway, what the Turks and Caicos Islands have done, maybe I can find it very quickly. What they have done in relation to their tax exemptions in the Turks and Caicos Islands. We're going to take, I think I have enough time that I can find it. I think I can find this in there. Okay, let's go to our headline news. Top of the hour, headline news. When we return, the conversation will continue. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cable.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him. Come and let's praise the Lord. Come and let's praise the Lord. Praise him in the morning and in the evening. Oh, let's praise the Lord.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite. Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him.
Praise time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
Covering Little Cayman, Kim and Bragg.
Cover me.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Gardasil 9 vaccine is now available at Public Health. It protects against HPV, which can cause various cancers such as cervical, vulvar, vaginal, and anal cancers, as well as genital warts. The U.S. last week paused a bomb shipment for Israel over concerns it was going ahead with a major ground operation in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. The shipment consisted of 1,800 2,000-pound bombs and 1,700 500-pound bombs, according to U.S. administration officials. Israel has not, quote, fully addressed U.S.'s concerns over humanitarian needs of civilians in Rafah, according to the official, and an Israeli military official is appearing to downplay the U.S.'s move. A tornado has partially collapsed a FedEx depot in Michigan, trapping 50 people inside. The rare tornado hit a small town about 8 miles south of Kalamazoo Tuesday evening. Emergency officials worked overnight, but were hampered by downed power lines and debris. Multiple buildings were damaged by severe weather in the region, but so far there are no reports of injuries. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
The Health Services Authority has over 120 world-class physicians offering the most comprehensive range of specialist services on island. Our dedicated team of professionals provide the highest quality care in orthopedics, interventional radiology, women's health, geriatrics, and a host of other specialist areas. We are a JCI accredited organization with a proven record of excellence. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you. For more information, visit hsa.ky.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Phone lines are open. No guests in the studio. Your opportunity, your day to call in. We know that you've missed out on a few shows because we did have guests in the studio as well. So our previous caller, who has strong, very, very strong and credible opinions in relation to concessions given to developers. So we see in the Turks and Caicos Islands, if you're interested, log on to the Turks and Caicos Weekly News. This was an article published on the May the 3rd. No more tax holidays for foreign investors, says Premier. In a bold move to strengthen the economy and ensure that the benefits of foreign investment flow to the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands, Premier Honorable Charles Washington Missick has announced that the government will no longer be granting long tax holidays to new development agreements. As foreign direct investments flow into the Turks and Caicos at an unprecedented pace, only limited by the territory's ability to accommodate the growing demand, the Turks and Caicos Islands government is dotting I's and crossing T's when it comes to investors and the degree of perks they receive. To this end, Premier Honorable Charles Washington Missick said that his government has replaced the tax holiday clause in development agreements with an equilibrium clause that forces foreign investors to comply with the new taxation regime. And here's a quote from him. Our goal is to maintain an investment policy that will benefit our people and help build our country for the long term. We want higher paying jobs, entrepreneurial opportunities, knowledge transfer, and new technologies. The Premier stressed that by ending tax holidays, the Turks and Caicos Islands can attract the right kind of investment that will create sustainable growth and improve the lives of all Turks and Caicos Islanders. He's quoted as saying, "We have the luxury of choosing the right investments and the right partners." What a very good, great sounding phrase. We have the luxury of choosing the right investments and the right partners. Just asking for a friend. Cayman Islands and Cayman Islands policymakers, do we have that luxury here in the Cayman Islands, or we still feel that we are inferior and that we have to rely on others to invest in the Cayman Islands because we don't feel that we can do it ourselves or we should do it ourselves? Just asking for a family and a friend. The Premier also highlighted the significant amount of foreign direct investment that is already flowing into the Turks and Caicos Islands. Projects in varying stages of development valued at over $4 billion are in the pipeline. Projects with development agreements are currently under construction are valued at nearly $792 million. Projects with memorandums of understanding in place with the finalization of development agreements in projects are valued at over $2.7 billion. Projects at the due diligence stage have a combined value of nearly $453 million. The Premier stressed that this is a clear indication that investors are confident in Turks and Caicos Islands' economy and his government's commitment to good governance. While the government is committed to attracting foreign investment, Premier Misick underscored that it will not be at the expense of the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. We removed tax holidays from the new development agreements. The old policy of long tax holidays for foreign investors and wealthy individuals has facilitated the transfer of tens of millions of dollars into foreign economies and private pockets. Misick told the House of Assembly that these old practices have deprived the Turks and Caicos of much needed funding for people and infrastructure development. He continued, and I quote, by guaranteeing foreign investors exemption from future taxes, it ties the hands of the government in developing a fair and equitable tax structure. My government has replaced tax holiday clauses in development agreements with an equilibrium clause which forces foreign investors to comply with any new taxation regime. The Premier chided this is more politics. He chided the opposition administration for underwriting what he described as super profits for some developments as well. So that's a political part of it. And for those of you who may not be aware of it, we have, I'm not sure if it's still in place because I've been out of government for quite a while, but we did have in place companies that could register here as tax-exempt companies. What was that for? That was for in the event that the Cayman Islands were to impose corporate taxation, they would be exempt from it. And they had to renew that exemption. I'm not sure if it was on an annual basis or every 10 years or what, but they had to renew that exemption. We had that in the Cayman Islands. I am not sure whether or not it still exists. If someone out there listening or you know someone who may know more about that, please share that with us as well, because that is extremely important. While we do not have corporate taxation here in the Cayman Islands directly, we do have tax information exchange agreements and everything, but the Cayman Islands government does not directly tax corporations, businesses in the Cayman Islands. Please share that with us. But here again, we see one of the overseas territories taking the right move, what is considered by many to make the right move in that direction. And I will share with you the constitutional changes that they have also received agreement with the United Kingdom. Take those and compare them to what we have. That will be what I intend to do at some point in time, if time allows. This morning, we do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you guys were talking about emancipation a little while ago and all this jazz, right?
Well, one person called about it, mentioned it, yes.
And then you were talking about the work situation at the Marriott. When I left diving, I actually worked at that Marriott, helped build that pool, that company that built the pool. So I hear the gentleman completely. But, you know, I grew up in the tourist industry, and the tourist industry is something, first of all, when you go to a country that's an ethnic country, all right, talking black, brown people, what have you, they're not European. Okay, you go to tourism. All right? If those people still exist because colonization hasn't put them on reservations and destroyed them, what do you do?
You tell me.
Well, you book with a local person so you know the culture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And hopefully that country makes sure they're competent local people that know their culture. Right? Okay? You're talking about the unfairness in work here, right? Okay, and I'm going to go back to an industry now. Look at diving in the Cayman Islands. Hawaii came here up until 1991, for example, how to upgrade their industries. You know, these dive boats, the whole dive tank things and all that was pretty much invented in the Cayman Islands by people that did not patent any darn thing, because obviously they didn't think too much of the future. Some family members of mine are involved in that same darn way. It's a small place, or all your family too, actually. All right? So what I'm saying is this. Now, that guy mentioned 60% Cayman in a business. Now, that's ridiculous. You have to have 60%. It shouldn't be 80 or 90%. It's ridiculous. All right? First of all. Second of all, our dive industry is 100% Caucasian right now, 99% Caucasian. All right? Industry founded by black and brown Caymanians. It wasn't even the white Caymanians because we're not all dark. All right? Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, good. Tourism is supposed to represent the people of the land. Are we not still here?
Yes, we are. Smaller numbers, smaller percentage, but we are.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Next thing, there is a such thing as bad clientele. I mean, you can see what's going on in the Ukraine. You can see what's going on in Palestine. There's certain type of people do what they want when they want. This is new colonization, neo-colonization. Now it's just direct. Okay. Now we are building up a clientele of people coming here that we've allowed others to have permits in our tourist industry that are not Caymanian, not Caribbean, not associated with us through the Bay Islands, not associated with us through Jamaica, because we all have roots in these places around us. Otherwise, we'd pretty much be inbred because it's too small to be marrying your cousins, you know what I'm saying? Okay? And so, anyway, we have associated other islands with us, whom we used to go to before our economy was as well as it is to us also, if you don't remember correctly. I do, I'm 54 years of age. So what I'm saying is that, on top of a bad situation, now we've created a whole generation of bad clientele. When a European descendant comes to a tropical indigenous place and books with other European descendants, especially during or after COVID of all damn time, all right? These people are looking at you. They're laughing at you. They also have no respect for your home, and they see a place for themselves. And wherever you're sitting, if you still have a seat, that's the seat they see for their children, not for your future, and not for your children's future.
So how do we guard against that? How do we correct, that?
First of all, we change the mentality of our people and let them know there's nothing normal about this, what the hell soever. This is what I call the outhouse syndrome. Remember the outhouse when you were young? We had a modern home, but some of my friends had outhouses.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go sit down, you got to go. It smells real bad for about 2-3 minutes. After that, it don't really smell no more. Well, Cayman is outhouse syndrome, but I can smell shit when I see it. We're seeing it. They're talking about it, but they still can't smell it yet. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Got you.
So how can we change that? Easily. First of all, tourism should be a no-brainer. All right, especially Stingray City. That should be a National Heritage Site. The only place in the world you can do that naturally. Founded by Ernest Ebanks, Captain Marvin, Captain Lorby, Captain Crosby, Captain Dallas came later, I believe. These are all people I personally know I'm related to.
Mm-hmm.
They're still here. Some of them are still here. And they're direct descendants. I'm one of them. Okay? So this is a no-brainer. This should just be on the books, done deal. And if you were here before, I wouldn't say sorry, but sorry, someone screwed up and gave you a goddamn permit in our tourism. You're not from here. You're not in. Right now, this is one of several incidences, and it could be one of the first industries to show us that we still have some hair on our balls.
Caller, I'm going to ask you if you're going to continue to talk. You have to watch your language. Otherwise, we don't have enough time to beep you out, so we will have to cut you out.
What I should be passionate about, okay? Because right now, we are watching people come and take food right out of our mouths, and if it's not your mouth, it's your children's mouths. It's your family's mouths, okay? And they are doing nothing more than empowering themselves. This anywhere else is called white supremacy, but there's only some type of people doing this.
Okay, caller. Thank you very much for that as well. Okay. Those persons who may be having difficulty with, would that be your streaming platform, Ms. Susan? That's the streaming part of it. We're aware of it. Some of the advice that we give to you is to power down your phone if you are doing it on your phone. Wait a few minutes, then power it back. And but our tech people are certainly they're aware of it and working on it as well. But we need to let our audience know out there because they have access to, and we will let you know when the problem has been resolved as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Are you feeling sick but don't feel ill enough to go to the doctor? Ask your pharmacist for advice. Here at West Bay Pharmacy, our pharmacists have been trained to offer helpful, easy to understand advice on the treatment of everyday minor ailments for yourself and all the family. Anything from headaches, cough and sore throat, to cold sores, our pharmacists will know when medical help is needed and will not hesitate to refer you to your doctor if your symptoms demand it. Like doctors, our pharmacists have a professional code, which means all personal information you give them will be treated in the strictest confidence. Visit us today at West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
This Mother's Day, Digicel wants to take you to brunch. We're giving away brunch vouchers for you and mom to enjoy a delightful feast together. Winning is easy. Simply activate the postpaid Supreme plan or the 30-day Prime Max plan, and you could be our lucky winner. Don't let the chance to treat mom to a special day out slip away. Visit your nearest Digicel store today or hop onto the My Digicel app for your shot at winning. Make this Mother's Day a memorable one with Digicel.
The public consultation period for Cayman's new National Health Strategy is currently underway. Follow the Ministry of Health and Wellness on Facebook for information on upcoming town hall meetings, radio appearances, and other ways to tell us what you think. Email your comments to mohfeedback@gov.ky or log on to gov.ky/health-wellness to complete the survey. Your voice matters, Cayman.
If you're a parent, you know that providing your child with a quality early childhood education can be expensive. However, the Ministry of Education offers financial assistance through its Early Childhood Assistance Program to help qualifying Caymanian families cover the costs at registered early childhood settings. Visit our online application portal at moeapplications.gov.ky to learn more and get started. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Education.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. One of our listeners has shared some more birthday shout-outs. Going out to, those shout-outs are going out to Ivor Gray and their niece, Jessica Salmon. Both of them are celebrating their birthday today, and those birthday greetings are coming from Miss Mitzi Codner. So birthday greetings to Jessica Salmon and Miss Ivor Gray coming from Mitzi Codner. Okay, let's go back to Turks and Caicos Islands as well. See, we do have a caller? Yeah. Just to say that, you know, I refer to Turks and Caicos, I refer to BVI at times, I refer to Bermuda, because they're all overseas territories. We all have one thing in common. We belong to the United Kingdom. They have given us certain amount of leeway in terms of, you know, how we govern ourselves. Of course, we are all on a leash. For some, the leash is longer than others. And for some, they pull on that leash. And when I say they, I'm talking about overseas territories. They pull harder on that leash to get to either get free or to move faster as well. So much to compare with each of those overseas territories. We do have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, OC. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. Now that you're on Turks and Caicos, we always like to be talking about Bermuda, Turks and Caicos, and the likes, but we don't try and implement things that they have implemented. For example, Turks and Caicos have recently implemented a regulation or something where if you appeal a decision that was made against expatriate in the country, whether it's work permit or permanent resident, pending your appeal, you have to vacate the island. You have to leave pending your application being heard, being processed.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we implement that?
Well, that would depend. I'm going to interrupt you there just for a second because I'm not sure what the nature of the appeal is, we can take advice from our good friend Dr. McFeel on this. But where there is an existing right, and that right has been taken away, that right has been abridged, there are some provisions in laws that allow you to continue to enjoy that right while your appeal has been heard. I'll use an example. For instance, if you apply for the grant of a work permit, you didn't have a work permit before, you just applying for it now, you may not have the right to remain because you didn't have an existing right. Whereas if you compare that to a renewal, you're applying for the renewal of a work permit and that has been refused and you decide to appeal it, then you have an existing right and you're allowed to continue to enjoy that right while that appeal is going forward. So I'm not sure what the Turks and Caicos scenario is, but that's the way that I have known it to work.
When your work permit expired, so I'm not talking about a cancellation. I'm talking about if your work permit expired.
But it's
right?
if it's a renewal, you
but your rights to be here has expired. What rights do you have if your existing work permit that you have expired? It have an expiration date.
Because
that time has come and it expired.
Because there is that expectation that your work permit would be renewed, barring any other circumstances. If, for instance, if when you say expired, if it means that you have reached your term limit, then that may be one situation. If you're talking about it has expired, but you've only had it for 2 years, so that year 2 has expired, and you have a right to apply for a renewal, different circumstance.
But it expired. It expired. That's why they put an expiration date on it.
But with an expectation that it can be renewed. Otherwise, what they have to, if they grant it for 2 years, then they should say to you, it is granted for 2 years, and we are not inclined to renew it beyond those 2 years. You have to serve notice. We are a country of laws.
Country of what, OC?
Laws.
Laws, really?
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't think so. This place looks lawless to me. When we got to change certain regulation because they're not politically correct, you telling me country got laws? No. You need to check again, bro. Because when you can deny the natives of certain things that they've been carrying on for generations and then remove other bans from people because it's not politically correct. When you can say, oh no, the guys that we had banned from fishing, we got to remove that. They can continue fishing along the seashore and kill all the little fish. But yet, you're going to ban my guys who stand my cousin from having a scene to catch goggle eyes and fry jack that are not done every single day, but every now and again. But people are on the shore every evening, every single evening on the shore catching the little baby fish.
Yeah.
You tell me now. You tell me where the laws is now.
Let me give you another one. Let me give you another one. This is in the British Virgin Islands. You know, here in the Cayman Islands that there are several civil servants, senior civil servants, who have either been interdicted from duty or just basically placed on leave. Some of them with full salaries. Some of them, the situation is that the cases drag on and on. If there is a case, or at the end of the day, there is no case whatsoever. And of course, you know, we have the Astley, the late Astley McLaughlin, his case and everything else. In the British Virgin Islands now, they're calling upon the government to put in place a time frame within which, when civil servants are being accused or charged, that action must be taken because of the extreme costs that are associated with that, with the government. For instance, when someone is interdicted from duty, you're paying them their salary. You have to pay someone to act in their position, or you have to hire someone to work in that position during that period of time. You continue to pay the person who's interdicted. You continue to pay their medical. You continue to pay their pensions and everything. So when you look at it from a financial standpoint, it is quite prudent and of importance that the government act to resolve the situation as quickly as possible. So they're now calling on the government to put a time frame within which these things have to be resolved, or the person should be reinstated.
Okay. See, another two things. The gentleman I called earlier concerning the diving industry. See, I'm 100% with him. Nobody knows these waters like us. We've grown up. We know everything about them. You know, back in the day when we had the athlete, the Darby Borden, the Mr. Clint, CJ, them father, Bobby Soto, Peter Pat, and the likes doing the diving. And I hear anything about them losing the diver, the tourist OC. I can't remember that at all, right? Because guess what? They got overboard and they dive. They actually dive with the tourists. The tourists follow them. They show them what to touch, what to see, what to not touch, and they always came back with all their tourists, all their guests. But now, every time a boat go out, there's somebody that they come back without. So I think, like he say, that should be like neither 100% us, because nobody knows it like us.
But again, we have the failure to designate certain jobs that should be reserved for Caymanians only.
Well, I was gonna say before I said that that is where the Elio Solomon motion would come in handy, but that was placed on a shelf after being voted for anonymously. You know, and another thing, what we have to look into, and I message the minister and Jeremy Scott, all these temporary work permit that are being issued. Half of the people don't have no way to live. I want to find out who's signing their accommodation form. Me and my good friend, Carol Jackson, we're out all early in the morning, and we're detecting these people, and they're telling us they have no way to live.
But it goes beyond the signing. It goes who's monitoring whether or not what is placed on those forms is correct.
But who's monitoring that? And me myself, that I have a apartment, people come to me and ask if I can sign the form. Mark Watler tell me he have a major problem with people checking him almost every day to sign their accommodation form, and they're not staying at this place.
And we're allowing people to live in poverty, and and we're not going to rest. We're not going to rest until something happens. Some tragedy occurs with those people, those persons.
We're importing poverty.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay if we.
And then we're
put up with the
perpetuating
policy
it.
that we have.
We're perpetuating it when they once they get here as well. We're continuing it then.
Yeah, and then see the people. I have a very prominent person in this community that have a child that needs special care, and she went on eBay and she advertised because her helper or something happened, and she had 400 applicants, that are here on temporary work permit and some on yearly work permit. And 90%, she worked it out, 90% of those people, the 800, was on work permit and never had any work.
Wow.
I got that report last night in writing, and I'll tell you who it was off the air, but it's no joke person. Yeah.
Okay.
800 applicants, that don't, and 90% say they had no work, but yet they didn't have to take a work permit for them because they do. They do have a work permit.
Yeah. Lord Graham.
Yeah.
Got to go to that commercial break. Thank you very much. Look forward to that information coming from you as well, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
You know who this is? That same old girl that went to Hollywood and Panama? Well, guess what? The fun ain't done yet, because this year, I'm going to country concerts in Denver. I got kick up my heels in Times Square, and I got find my way to Barbados. I got keep living the dream with Cayman Airways. We so blessed to have them. I tell you what though, this old girl's feeling younger than ever.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering international non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, Kingston, Mobay, La Ceiba, and Havana, plus Barbados. Enjoy free rum punch, free in-flight entertainment, free seat selection, and free meals on select flights. Call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our Custom Closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
You know what I love to do with my family? Go fishing. I can put the bait on and cast and reel the line all by myself. My mommy and daddy say when they were little, there were plenty more fish to catch, but now there are lots more people fishing, so it's harder to find them. That's why we have marine parks now. They set some areas aside so the fish there can have babies and grow bigger. Then they swim out to other areas where I can catch them. Having the marine parks means there will still be fish there when I'm grown up and fishing with a family of my own.
For more info, download the Cayman DOE app or visit doe.ky.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. This was published in the Turks and Caicos Sun newspaper on Monday, the 6th of May 2024. Constitutional advancement for TCI says Turks and Caicos Islands has been making significant strides in advancing its constitution. I'll pause there for a second and remind you that sometime in 2007, I believe it was, the constitution of the Turks and Caicos Islands was their constitution was, what do you call it again? I'll try to find the right word. Suspended. Their constitution was suspended and they were put under direct rule by the United Kingdom. Okay, so they are now making significant strides in advancing its constitution. Premier Washington Missick said that out of 34 requests for changes to the Constitution, the United Kingdom government has agreed to 27 out of 34. He said a number of amendments are expected to take effect in the coming months, subject to an order in council from the Privy Council in the United Kingdom. The people of the Turks and Caicos Islands are proud and determined. We are very proud of our economic accomplishments and financial independence. We believe that the time has come for us to have a greater say in our governance and domestic affairs. Those are, quote, the words of the Premier of the Turks and Caicos. The constitutional changes include requiring the governor to act with or on the advice of the Premier or the leader of the opposition on non-special responsibilities. I do believe that we have similar provisions in our Constitution now as well as a result of amendments. In addition, the House of Assembly will now become a parliament and members will correctly be designated as members of parliament, all members of parliament. Okay. So that part of it, nothing to brag about. We did it here. All it is really, a cosmetic change. It's a feel-good change for our elected officials or quote-unquote parliamentarians. When we had an executive council, the argument was, when our members of executive council travel overseas and someone asks, what do you do in government? Well, I'm a member of the executive council. People didn't know what that was. So that was the argument that we used then, the lame argument that we used then, to change the name. We use a similar argument to change it from Legislative Assembly to Parliament. But folks, here's the kicker on this. All members of Parliament will be elected and there will be no more appointed members. Of course, when the Constitution was suspended and what they put in place was that the governor and the UK was allowed to appoint members of the Legislative Council, is it called? They were allowed to appoint them at that point in time. The term in office for government after elections, notice it is after elections, not before. So after their next constitutionally due election, the term of office for governments will increase from 4 to 5 years, and responsibility for international finance will be assigned to a member of the cabinet. Pause there for a second again. We here in the Cayman Islands, sometimes people complain 4 years is not enough for any government to really put in place some of the policies that they have advocated for, that they have put in their manifestos and everything else. Turks and Caicos just switched theirs to 5 years. If we wanted to do the same here, that's an option for us as well. There is also provisions for a 9th cabinet minister, advance voting for vulnerable groups. We have that already. Constitutional recognition of the Chief Justice as head of the judiciary. Constitutional recognition of the National Security Council. Constitutional recognition for the TCI Regiment. Constitutional recognition for the National Crest. Changes to the composition of the Electoral Boundaries Commission. Changes in the composition of the Judicial Services Commission, accommodation for referenda-based legislation, establishment of an international center for dispute resolution, the establishment of a constitutional commission, establishment for a police and defense services commission, and no disqualification as member of parliament if born outside the islands but otherwise qualify as status holder at birth. I'm going to read that one over again because we could probably learn something from that as well. No disqualification as member of parliament if the person is born outside of the Turks and Caicos Islands, but otherwise qualify as a Turks and Caicos Islander at birth. So they have to have it at birth in order to qualify as a member. And then they have issues with Crown land reform. The Premier said that the reform of the Crown lands are how Crown lands are distributed is well underway, adding that through policy, legislation, and regulations, the reform will facilitate greater access to land at more affordable prices. Turks and Caicos, they have a situation there where Crown land has been allocated to Turks and Caicos Islanders. There was, again, a big scandal that contributed in part to the suspension of the Constitution that I spoke about earlier as well. So that is being resolved. He said there will be a transformation in the country's land administration system, and the Crown Land Unit is being restructured into National Land Secretariat as well. So here we see Turks and Caicos with constitutional amendments moving forward. Many that I have read, we already have in our Constitution. Also to bear in mind that the Turks and Caicos used as their constitutional advisor the same gentleman, Sir Geoffrey Joel, who we employed his services here in the Cayman Islands to get what we achieved here in the Cayman Islands as well. But several things to take into consideration. Number one, moving the term from 4 to 5 years for a government, and no nominated members in the parliament. Something we still have here in the Cayman Islands. Well, they're not nominated, but we have official members in our parliament. And there are those who argue, including myself, that our parliament should consist only of elected members, except in the situation where we have a speaker who can be chosen from inside or outside of parliament as well. We're going to take our last commercial break. We have a caller on hold. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Hi, this is Juliana O'Connor Conley, the Honourable Premier of the Cayman Islands. I'm inviting you to come out to the March for Jesus, Saturday, 18th of May, 2024. Thank you very much.
Join us for the March for Jesus on the 18th of May 2024, starting at the 7 Mile Public Beach at 3 p.m. Then for our Thank You Jesus Praise and Worship concert starting at 6:30 p.m. on Albert Panton Street. For more information, visit our website at www.christian.ky and then click on the March for Jesus 2024 tab. See you at the March for Jesus.
Since March 2004, West Bay Pharmacy has kept their doors open to the local communities, even before, during, and after Hurricane Ivan. At West Bay Pharmacy, our staff provides so much more than pharmaceutical excellence. From the moment you walk through our doors to completing your cash out, our staff will have put your healthcare concerns at ease. We would like to take this moment to thank our loyal friends and customers. To us at West Bay Pharmacy, our patients are our primary concern. We provide thorough background checks and precise calculations to ensure your medical safety. Thank you for being a part of our family and for choosing West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
This Mother's Day, Digicel wants to take you to brunch. We're giving away brunch vouchers for you and Mom to enjoy a delightful feast together. Winning is easy. Simply activate the Postpaid Supreme plan or the 30-day Prime Max plan, and you could be our lucky winner. Don't let the chance to treat Mom to a special day out slip away. Visit your nearest Digicel store today or hop onto the My Digicel app for your shot at winning. Make this Mother's Day a memorable one with Digicel.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have a caller on hold. We have about 10 minutes, 11 minutes left in the show. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, Mr. Connor. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I just want to say, really very informational this morning by yourself with the whole Turks and Caicos with what they've or the things that they're going to achieve and the things that are changing. So I hope that the powers to be kind of taking that in, because I don't know, sometimes it feels that, and I'm not blaming those individuals, but it feels like once election times come around, everything it's like 10 steps backwards instead of moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of hope that we can be progressive and actually take some of that in and see if there's anything that we can do differently. Because there are people struggling, and sometimes when I hear, I don't normally call in, but normally when I hear Cayman call in, or people with Stardust, Cayman Stardust, and you hear the things that it almost progressively feel like it's getting worse, like the complaints and the aggressiveness when people call. It's like an eye opener, because it is nothing positive, to be honest. Like I've never really hear someone call and say, "Oh, this person did a good job." It's always like it feels like anger, what are we like? Are we doing anything good for our locals?
Yes.
In a sense,
yes.
It feels kind of disheartening, right? And I've been a gentleman called about the, I guess his friend or colleague that called about having to pay for the insurance. I just wanted, I know you did your term at immigration. Are there regular patrols? I know that, Cayman has grown quite a bit since, you've been there.
Yes, I left in 2003.
Correct. And I know, I don't know how big the workforce is now, and obviously I know the department has split, But is there like a special team that just do random checks? I know that. I think that was done back then, and I mean, I believe so. But
It is it is done, but it is done much more discreetly than in the 80s and 90s. When we did it, of course, the population was certainly different at that point in time, but it is done more discreetly now, and there are things that you don't hear about where they actually go into to businesses and investigate complaints that they may have received as well. And what you don't hear about also is and sometimes it's publicized, the amount of administrative fines that have been placed on businesses as well. I think they need to publicize more in terms of what they do.
I think so, because that would actually, because people get that perception that nothing is being done. I think that would be good for that to be. I mean, certain laws, and you got human rights, and you got to post certain things. Now it's so funny, it's so much gray areas, but it would be good if that could be put out there to say, okay, well, like how Coast Guard and police puts that, they're caught this border. That would be informational. And one more thing I know, I mean, it feels like when the gentleman brought up the whole construction and you got these contractors, I've kind of seen this recurring thing, and I know that I don't know if anything. I mean, I don't know if anything would be done in the future or it will change. But I mean, over and over, I've heard of stories where, and a lot of them I know because it's close friends, and some contractors here go and do, I mean, gyp someone, start the job, don't finish, and then the person is stuck with a 60% house that's not complete, and then now this contractor, nothing really happens to them. They change their company name, then they start up something else, and this person is running up and down, going to another side again, and then you got this poor person now that actually has to go back to the bank and borrow again. Yeah,
and situations where if you go to the police, they may say that it is a civil matter that they can't address it. Yeah.
Correct, and then the person gets slapped with a fine and nothing happens. I've seen this. I mean, occur so much, and you hear and I mean, I don't know. I don't want to go there because I do know people that are good contractors and are pointing the fingers, but I know personally. You see, and it's almost like they're smiling at you. They see and you know you can't touch them, and then they switch from another company name or they partner with someone else, and you owing people millions of dollars on the road. But then now, I go and do a petty crime. I quick to get locked up. Yep. You know what I mean? Like it seems it's weird, but I don't want to hold it up because maybe someone else.
Yeah, we do have one more caller that we're going to grab before you go. But thank you very much for calling in and articulating exactly what you feel as well. And just to add one thing to that, people say, I keep hearing some friends and people say, oh, we need to go back to the days with OC when OC was at immigration. What they also have to realize that we have things like we have a new constitution, we have a Bill of Rights and everything. So the things that government may have gotten away with in the past, we can't get away with it these days. We're held much more accountable, despite the fact that what we did, we made every attempt to ensure that we operated within the confines of the law as well. But thank you very much, caller, for that.
No problem. Have a
You too. Let's grab the last caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
OC, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Claire. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thanks. I know it's getting toward the end of the show, so I'll try to be very quick. Concerning the Turks and Caicos proposed changes to the Constitution, the issue of term limits, 4 or 5 years, that has its pros and cons, and I suppose we could do another show on that. But locally, with our ministries, we see at the end of each election or each new government, the name of ministries change because they change the ministry to suit the incoming minister. I personally think it would be better if we had 8, 10, whatever, or however many ministries, you got the ministries, and when you're running for government, the parties know who they will propose to put in each of those ministries. Not that you change the ministries because you got a new person coming in. That's probably why 4 years is not enough, because then the chief officers, they change up. So they'll have to get moving from Ministry A to Ministry B. They'll have to get familiarized with that. So therefore 6 months or a year or whatever, then they can't be that effective. So if we had designated ministries that do not change, if you get a new need, then you add a unit, a department, or whatever the case may be.
So which one is easier? Adjusting the portfolios to suit the person that is coming into that position, or the person being identified earlier for him to be elected to suit the position that is there? Which one is easier? It would seem to me that adjusting the portfolio to suit the person coming in, because you never know who you're going to get, who's going to be elected. And, we're almost looking for perfection if we are looking to find, a politician who fits the bill for a particular ministry or portfolio.
I wouldn't look really about which would be easier, but more efficient and beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am of the view that, again, if we had X number of ministries, and then when parties are selecting their candidates, they know, okay, well, candidate A cannot fit any of those ministries if this government was to be elected. So let's find somebody else.
Yeah.
As opposed to finding someone, and then that person have to get all caught up, and I said chief officers changing, and I mean, we don't have as many chief officers now as we have head of department. I know most of them are out in the pasture, but anyway, that I think is best if we change and go to set ministries, and the politicians then will have to go into those ministries.
They will have to fit in, yeah.
Right, and I think that'd be more efficient.
Good point.
The other thing was, someone was talking, I think your last caller was talking about contractors and this and that. We have a builder's law that's been there dormant now. If there are issues with it, make the changes and implement the thing. A lot of people about housing and this and that. We got a renter's law. Implement the damn thing.
Yeah. Put them in place.
And the last thing was again, population. Some of the ills of the population of not having a population policy. We have NRA now talking about there may be as many as 28,000 additional vehicles traveling along the east-west arterial in the next decade or so. What are they basing those projections on? Our current growth rates? I mean, we have the Minister of Health strategic plan. We got the housing strategic plan on the way. Again, are they all using the same numbers? Is the public aware what those numbers are? Or are they just going willy-nilly? Who are we planning for?
Yeah.
And unless we know roughly how many people we intend to have in X years down the road, like I said, shooting in the dark.
So true.
And it's hard to hit a moving target shooting in the dark.
Yep, unless you're using some type of laser and night vision. And some will argue that most of our politicians are myopic to begin with.
That'd be my short contribution for the morning, because I said no, time is running out. So you and all the rest of people here in Cayman, have a nice day.
Thank you. You do the same, and stay safe as well. Folks, we've reached that time, top of the hour. I want to thank everyone who participated this morning. Happy to have the opportunity to let you have your say this morning as well. I just want to take this opportunity to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters' keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want or even those who crave. So I say to you, have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Sterling Dwayne Banks at 12:15 for Talk Today. Working on that app, Radio Cayman app as well. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network. And March for Jesus. 18th of May, visit christian.ky for more information. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman.